Now, the ThisDay Alumni Association has congratulated ThisDay newspapers on its 30 years of exceptional journalism, innovation, and impact. It lauded the newspaper for its resilience in the face of challenges and relentless pursuit of editorial independence, investigative depth, and impactful storytelling. Now, the organization, in a congratulatory message by its president, Dr. Tony Onyema, hailed the chairman and editor-in-chief of ThisDay, Nduka Obaibena, board, management, and staff of the newspaper for their visionary leadership and commitment to excellence. And the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, has also congratulated ThisDay newspaper. The former Rivers State Governor extended his felicitations to the newspaper while receiving his letter of nomination as ThisDay Arise Group Minister of the Year. He expressed gratitude to the newspaper and its sister global television news network, Arise, for finding him worthy of the award. I'm now being joined by the MD of ThisDay newspaper, Bello, to have a discussion on ThisDay at 30. Welcome to the show, Bello, and thanks for joining us.
Good evening. Good evening, viewers.
Now, ThisDay has always been described as Nigeria's foremost newspaper of records, right? Revolutionizing the media landscape, trailblazing journalism, and we've seen a lot of congratulatory messages on ThisDay at 30. Tell us, what has been the secret to ThisDay's resilience and its influence over this past 30 years?
Well, it's essentially the vision behind the paper, the people that the publishers and who had the vision of what a newspaper should be, and the paper has over the years, in the last 30 years, been driven by that vision in pursuit of basic three principles: free enterprise, democracy, and social justice. This has been our guide over the years, and everything we do within these parameters. And we have been lucky to have young men with passion, young men who are driven and who know where they want to go and where they want to take people to. So essentially, ThisDay has survived through this tough time. It's a lot of, we've weathered so many storms, where the editors were in a plane crash and all survived, where our headquarters in Lagos was burnt, where the offices of the newspapers in Kaduna and Kano were attacked over the Miss World riots, where the Abuja office was bombed by Boko Haram extremists. So we've gone through a lot of things that we're not founded on a very solid foundation. We will not be where we are today. So despite all the challenges we have gone through, the people are still standing strong and still setting agenda.
And I think, Mr. Bello, when you're talking about all the challenges that ThisDay has gone through and has persevered, I think it sort of reflects or shows the inspiration behind the theme of ThisDay at 30, which is when the going gets tough, the tough gets rewarded. How does this reflect the general ThisDay philosophy?
That absolutely personifies our journey over the years. If in some people or some organizations who have collapsed, if they are going through what we went through, but despite all those things that I mentioned earlier that we went through, despite the challenges of the environment, because it's tough, our business environment is very tough. Despite how difficult it is to keep the media afloat, ThisDay is there, has always been there, and we continue to be there. And we have birthed new things like Arise, after many others. So it's a question of the vision behind the newspaper. It's a question of the vision driving the newspaper. That vision has been there from day one, and it's still driving us.
And talking about the vision driving the newspaper This Day, let's take a look ahead. What lies ahead of This Day newspaper as it transitions into its next chapter as a newspaper that not only remains relevant but continues to lead in journalistic innovation, influence, and ethics. So what are your thoughts, or what's your vision for This Day newspaper looking ahead?
We right from day one, there are things we're doing and we never stop doing and we continue to do. And these are things like breaking stories, bringing out innovations, several innovations we have brought up over the years, adopting ourselves to new developments in technology, and changing. We're quite adaptive to the environment. Wherever there are new things, we adapt ourselves to those new things. And as long as we're going to do it, very flexible in adapting ourselves to the environment, the future has no limits. Whatever the future brings, we'll be there to adapt.
And definitely, and we'll always be here to celebrate This Day newspaper, our sister publication. Thank you so much, Eniola Bello, MD, This Day newspaper, for sharing your thoughts on This Day at 30. Thank you so much.